What's up, guys? It's Redzone to Endzone. Today we're doing Week 1 predictions. We're not going to do them all today, but you can check out our Instagram at Redzone to Endzone for the rest. We're starting off with the Titans and Browns. Over to Caleb.
All right, Titans, Browns. We'll get to the other three later. I have Browns winning. Look of a new team. Should be exciting for them against a Titans team that had a coaching change, and we're going to see how that goes this year.
Yeah, the Titans, I don't know how they're going to do this year. I don't see them putting up much of a fight. Their offensive line is going to suck without Taylor Lewan. He's suspended the first couple games. He's not there. I don't really have faith in Marcus Mariota. He might not even start, so they might start Tannehill. And anyways, the Browns are going to win this one. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious the Browns are going to take this. I mean, they got so much offensive potential. Their defense, Myles Garrett getting even better, and their secondary just insane. And I mean, the Titans, you got two pretty mediocre-looking quarterbacks at the moment with Ryan Tannehill and Marcus Mariota, and that offensive line isn't going to be good enough to keep Derrick Henry getting 99-yard rush attempts.
He might break one for 72, but also I think Browns, Denzel Ward, cornerbacks should have another good year. All right, we're gonna move on to Buffalo versus the Jets. I could personally have the Jets winning in Adam Gase's debut. I don't know how the Bills are going to do with the offense, rounding around Josh Allen. He didn't have a strong season last year. Who knows what he's going to be able to do this year? Off to Jacob.
Yeah, I have the Jets winning this one too. I mean, the Jets, I think they're going to be a great team this year, and the Bills, you just don't know what you're going to get from them because Josh Allen I don't think he's nearly as reliable, and I don't think he's going to take as big of a step as I think Sam Darnold's going to take this year. So I got the Jets winning.
Yeah, Sam Darnold definitely has the higher ceiling than Josh Allen. And, I mean, we've been hearing a lot of good things about Sam Darnold during the preseason, and their defense just keeps getting better every year. I don't see why the Jets won't take it.
Yeah.
Next game we have Baltimore versus Miami. I mean, I think Miami's going to get shut out. I mean, Josh Rosen's debut, I don't think it's going to go as he expects it to. But in that Ravens defense improved mightily in free agency this offseason, so.
Yeah, the Dolphins, I honestly think they're tanking this year. And, Josh Rosen, you don't even know if Brian Flores is going to start him down there. They might start Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
They got Minka. I don't know about Ryan, though.
I think Minka's their only strongest part right now.
Oh, yeah, true. And Xavier Howard in that secondary. But other than that, Dolphins got nothing on the Ravens. I got the Ravens winning.
Yeah, I mean, you never know if you're going to have Fitzmagic or Fitzception out there. It's a toss-up. And, I mean, Lamar Jackson, just give him the ball and let him run it and, win.
Yeah.
Yep. Game after that, Redskins versus Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to come back after that disappointing season last year and just be on full strength. Carson Wentz should be healthy hopefully this entire season, which they kind of need since they don't have Foles anymore.
Yeah.
But I have the Eagles winning this one.
I mean, they got Clayton Thorson back there, actually. No, he might not even make the roster.
Bam,
Clayton Thorson, by the way,
bam.
went to Northwestern. I love the kid. Okay? But I don't know if he's going to play. Anyways, Eagles are going to win this game. The Redskins aren't very good, and they don't really know what they're doing. They're starting Case Keenum over there, and Dwayne Haskins just sitting on the bench. And Case Keenum doesn't really have anyone to throw to, so we'll see how that goes.
I mean, to just put it plain and simple, the Redskins are just a piece of shattered glass right now as a football team. I mean,
something else.
The Eagles, I mean, Carson Wentz, he's pretty injury prone, but I feel like he's got something to prove now after such a disappointing season. And, again, broken glass. What are you going to do?
I mean, you got the Darius Geis coming back from his ACL tear too in that game. So
There's a lot of other holes there, but
there is. But all right, next game, Rams versus Panthers. I have the Panthers winning this one, which might be a surprise to some people. I think McCaffrey's going to obviously dominate, probably have at least 200 yards.
I can definitely see that.
That could be a bandwagon pick though, but I think Cam's going to show why he's not injured. I mean, that's been the rumor the past 2 weeks. But
yeah. So I think Newton's injury might end up getting in the way, but even if it doesn't, I still have the Rams coming out on top. I just think that, the Rams team, the last game they really went out there was that 3 points they put up in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. So they're going to be coming back with a vengeance. They're going to want to punch someone in the mouth, start out strong, and I think they'll do that against Carolina. So I got them winning big.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta agree with them. I mean, the Rams, they really got something to prove now after such a disappointing loss. I mean, only putting up 3 points after such a tremendous offensive year. I mean, outlasting the Chiefs. I mean, come on, they really out there trying to make a name for themselves
And
now.
don't forget about Aaron Donald. He is the best player in the league. Don't forget that. Aaron Donald.
Maybe.
Aaron Donald.
I don't care what you think. Aaron Donald.
The
Best
more you
player
say
in the
his name, the better he gets.
league. Yes, Aaron Donald.
All right, so the next game after that, we have my disappointing Colts after Luck's retirement versus the Chargers. I obviously have the Chargers winning this one after the news that broke this past weekend. I don't have too much to say besides that.
I mean, Phillip Rivers. I mean, he's gonna go off this year. The Colts. We'll see what they are gonna end up being like without Luck. Jacoby Brissett's a great backup option, but he's no Andrew Luck. Chargers though, they're gonna be a great team this year. They got a good defense. They'll get the win week 1.
You know, honestly, I still have the Chargers winning, but you know, at first I put that they were gonna, you know, pretty much demolish the Colts. But you know, thinking about it some more, the Colts really, I mean, with Jacoby Brissett, he's not really that bad. I mean, you know,
Sure,
you
yeah.
saw what he did when he was starting for the Colts and when he was on the Patriots. I mean, he was putting up some good numbers, and their defense is pretty good. So I still think the Chargers are going to win it, but I don't think it's going to be an absolute blowout.
I mean, Brissett went 5-12 though as the Colts started.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
still saying they're gonna lose.
Yeah,
He's just saying expect a close game.
All right, fair. All right, next game we have Bengals Seahawks. I think Zach Taylor's going to impress people in his debut. You know, not much known about him coming in off of the Rams coaching staff. Supposedly the next Sean McVay.
Yeah,
thing.
there's a lot of those out there though.
Yeah, that's fair. But I still think the Seahawks are going to win this game. You know, Pete Carroll is one of the greatest head coaches right now in the NFL. But I just don't think the Bengals are going to be that dominant coming off of this offseason.
Yeah, this one, I got the Bengals winning. So
Wow.
I know people aren't very high on him, but I think Andy
Got a lot
Dalton.
to back up right
I think Andy Dalton. Okay, everyone gives him a bad rap. They say the guy sucks. When he was on the team last year, when he was starting before he got injured, he was doing some good things for him. They still have Joe Mixon back there. Tyler Boyd broke out last year. He'll still be there. I know there's no AJ Green, but Tyler Boyd's a great option there. Tyler Eifert should be healthy week 1. I think the Bengals surprise a lot of people, get that win week 1, and I think some people are overhyping the Seahawks. So I see the Bengals as the better team in that matchup.
You know, I'm going to disagree with Jacob over here. I mean,
They-
I just... Who they got coaching them again for the past, 20 seasons?
That's fair, yeah.
You know,
Marvin
and
Lewis.
they've just been so disappointing. I mean, every season they're the team of just illustrious disappointment. I mean, and Russell Wilson coming off that, $135 million contract, and a lot of people, doubting whether or not he actually deserves that. I think he's going to go out there and prove why he's the top paid quarterback.
So Giants Cowboys. I have the Cowboys winning by a slim margin, but with everything going on in this offseason contract extension, Dak Prescott asking for $40 million.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna overbear this game.
Yeah, the Giants, Daniel Jones has had a good preseason, but never look at preseason to see if any player is going to be like what they're living up to be. And Daniel Jones, I know the Giants took a lot of criticism for that pick, but so far it looks like he's turned out better than Haskins. But we'll have to see come week 1, and I don't have enough trust in him or that team to put them ahead of the Cowboys at this point in time.
I honestly think the Cowboys are going to win it as well. I mean, Dak Prescott gets a lot of flack for that $40 million contract at ask, but he's really not a bad quarterback. Sure, he doesn't deserve it, but he's not a bad quarterback. And Tony Pollard, whether or not he starts or whether or not they're going to sign Ezekiel Elliott, he hasn't been looking bad in the preseason. So I just got to take the Cowboys.
Big Tony Pollard fan right here.
49ers Buccaneers. I have 49ers winning. Garoppolo is back from injury from his ACL. He looked good last year before that injury happened. Let's hope we can get back on that track.
Yeah, I got Jimmy G and the 49ers winning this one.
Yeah, Jameis Winston, famous Jameis. that cannon of an interception or
Oh, got him there.
that's what's gonna lose them the game.
Yeah, alright.
All right. And the next game, Lions Cardinals. Kyler Murray's debut. I have Lions winning this one. Matt Patricia in his second year finally got the team that he wanted.
The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, I think he can be something, but I think the Lions are gonna come out this year. They're gonna blow them out of the water. I think the Lions, Matthew Stafford, Kenny Galladay, Kerryon Johnson's gonna improve, and I just don't see the Cardinals holding up with that O-line and the new wide receiver corps all around Kyler Murray. There are a lot of young players. Cliff Kingsbury is a new coach, so I don't know what we'll see out of him in week 1, but I got the Lions winning big.
I mean, the Cardinals, we don't know what's going to happen with Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury being the new coach. So it could be good, could be bad. And the Lions are just a team of perpetual irrelevance. So I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game, but the Lions are still going to top it out just because of the consistency.
All right. And then next game we have Broncos Raiders. I have the Raiders winning this one.
Monday night.
Yep, later Monday night game. Two Monday night games
I'll
this
be
week.
sleeping.
Yeah. So I have Raiders winning. I honestly don't know where to go with this one. I think Raiders will slightly win. Broncos rely on Philip Lindsay a lot. That passing game's questionable right now.
Yeah, the Broncos, I feel like they will be interesting to watch this year, and we don't really know what we're going to see from them because Joe Flacco, really the only piece you have coming back is Philip Lindsay, who's going to be reliable. And you have that pass rush, obviously, on defense, but is that going to be enough to have success? We'll see, but I have the Raiders winning this one.
Yeah, I have the Raiders beating the Broncos in this one. I just don't see why Raiders can't beat the Broncos.
All right. And then kind of the games we're highlighting this week. First game's Kansas City Chiefs versus Jacksonville Jaguars.
That was a big game last year, yeah.
I hope this game is a shootout. Nick Foles' debut for the Jags, facing one of the best gangsters we have right now in Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs are going to win this one. I mean, we don't really know about the Chiefs' defense or the Jaguars' offense, so I feel like that's going to be something to watch on that game. But I feel like Chiefs can keep going with the strong momentum they had at the end of last year.
Question: Do you trust Nick Foles? Do you trust Nick Foles
Against that defense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're really bashing that defense there.
They lost a lot of good pieces this offseason.
True. The Chiefs did trade for Frank Clark though, and I feel like they do have some younger players in the secondary. But fair point. Like the Chiefs have some holes to mend on that defense. But Nick Foles is not someone I have any faith in. I do not trust him at all. I don't trust that Jags offense at all. The defense is good, but their leadership and coaching are in question. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. He's one of the top players in this league. Obviously won an MVP last year. And Andy Reid's a great game planner. And I don't know that the Jags can put up a fight in this one. So I got the Chiefs winning week 1.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Jacob. I think it's gonna be, there's gonna be a pretty large margin between scores between the Chiefs and Jags. I mean, I think the Chiefs are gonna take it. Obviously, the Jags defense is pretty good. I feel like they're gonna have a new sense of purpose after disappointing last season. But I still think the Chiefs' offense is just too strong, and they're gonna outlast the Jags, who have an offense that's got a lot of questions, a lot of holes that we don't know what's going to happen with them. I mean, Nick Foles, he could either live up to the pressure or he could just, be in shambles.
I mean, he got the Super Bowl win.
Well, that's a story for another day.
Shows he can play under pressure, though.
I mean,
yeah, but that's under Doug Peterson. Under
that too,
the Chiefs, you got Doug Marrone.
They did hire Nick Foles as quarterback coach to be the OC in Jacksonville, but
will that do anything though?
Do I have yeah, we'll see how it works. You're right.
All right, second game of the week we're highlighting Falcons versus Vikings. I have the Falcons winning by a small margin. I think this is going to be the season where we've been waiting for Matty Ice since his MVP season not too long ago. I think the Falcons are going to be one of the teams that just goes on a tear. just one of these teams that wasn't really hyped up this offseason all that much because there's not been really that much news around them, but I feel like they have it all. They really do, and they're going to be there again, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. Sorry, Jude.
All right. Well, I agree with Caleb fully. I think this is Matt Ryan's year again. I feel like he's got a lot to prove. I feel like they have so much offensive potential, and I feel like the Vikings. I feel like this year is really going to end the debate as to whether or not Kirk Cousins can or can't beat elite teams. And I think Falcons are just going to crush the Vikings.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins has not done it before. Not in Washington, not yet in Minnesota. I mean, I do love the Falcons. I think they can be a top team this year. They do have a lot of players returning, and that's why they were in the news. They didn't really make a lot of splash moves. They didn't have any big draft picks. They were picking Husky boys to play up front. And, wow, he's back and he isn't. Wow.
You know I am.
I mean, I'm all talk. Not gonna lie.
We'll see how you do at the end of this week.
I mean, I'm saying the Falcons are a great team, but he's mocking me over there because he knows I got the Vikings winning this one, and I just think Kirk Cousins is going to come out and he's going to prove that he can do it. And they already know that they're going to run the ball more. They're going to feature Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. Not many people have heard the name. He obviously hasn't. But if you've been paying attention, he's been making noise in the headlines. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph, Irv Smith, their first-round pick. They're all still there. Watch the Vikings week 1.
They're all good, but who are they going to have? Who's going to pass it to them?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, the most inaccurate quarterback we've seen in the last decade.
I mean,
Great.
that's Josh Allen. But
That's fair. That's fair.
or Nathan Peterman.
All right, third game of the week we're highlighting Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. I mean, I'm wearing my Boston shirt. I think I got to rep the Patriots with this one. I mean, we've seen what they can do. Tom Brady's not known for not having good receivers and still making the best out of it. Winning multiple Super Bowls with B-tier receiving cores. And that, I think, could be giving them the benefit of the doubt on that one. And now this is the Steelers team without Antonio Brown. What are they going to do without him?
I got to disagree with Caleb on this one. I think the Steelers are going to beat the Pats. They got a new big three now with James Conner, Ben Roethlisberger, and Juju Smith-Schuster.
It's not a new big three. The team they were there last year.
I mean,
They were there last
but
year.
there
They didn't make
there
the playoffs.
there was controversy with Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger, and I think without all that toxicity, I feel like they're actually going to be more focused this year, and I see them edging out the Pats.
But they're in Foxborough. This is the home game for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. They don't lose those. What makes you think that this is going to be different?
I feel like Tom Brady. Every year everybody's saying, he's just going to keep getting better and better. But I think this year he's going to have like a drop off year. You don't see him being picked up in a lot of fantasy leagues.
Drop off. I might have to mention my guy Max Kellerman right here that always says Tom Brady's going to fall off a cliff. Well, I mean, I hate Tom Brady and I hate the guy, and I don't even think he's that talented. I think a lot of it can be credited to Bill Belichick and how he draws that offense up for him. But until Tom Brady proves us wrong, or until he proves that he actually can't play anymore, which he hasn't done yet, I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots to win at home. It just doesn't happen where teams go into Foxborough, into Gillette Stadium, and come out with a win. And the Steelers are not a team that I'm very high on this year. I know they have a big three, but other than that, they lack a lot of things on defense. The rest of their starters in that wide receiver group is a little sketchy, and Vance McDonald's nothing too special. Ben Roethlisberger eventually is also going to have that step down. He's getting up there in age too, so I just see the Patriots coming out with this one.
Just that game's gonna be Sunday night, NBC. Last game we have highlighted this week, the first Monday night game, Houston Texans versus New Orleans Saints. I got the Saints with this one. I feel like there's too many questions with Texans defense right now. J.J. Watt's been injured a little bit, not the most healthy, but I think the Saints, their offense is just too good. Kamara, Thompson, Breeze. Do I need to say anymore?
Yeah. On top of that, they also got a stellar defense as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the Texans are a great team. I think it'll be a shootout, but I still think the Saints' offense and defense will get them the win.
I think the Texans have an argument with their offense. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins. I know they lost Lamar Miller, but they did get Duke Johnson, and he can be a weapon, especially out of the backfield, catching the ball. And they obviously still got Will Fuller and Kiki Cutie there. That's a lot of weapons for Watson to go to, and he can run too. But the Saints, I feel like, are just too good. Their offense is going to be unstoppable. I know Mark Ingram departure, but they still got that big three, and they got a lot of other players up there on that O-line and everywhere else on that team. And I got the Saints winning.
And you could also make the argument that with Mark Ingram's departure, that this is going to allow Alvin Kamara to even, show off more of what he's got now that he's not just, splitting carries in the backfield.
Sure, but now you don't have a power back counting a speed back.
They got Latavius Murray.
That's fair. Forgot about that. Good call.
And that's it for Week 1 predictions.
Check out the other ones on our Instagram page. We still have some other guys who weren't on this video, so they'll be on the page.
Yeah, Yvonne, Nico, Josh, Peter. Check them out on Instagram. Also, at the end of the year, we're gonna tally it up, see who got the most picks right, and who was in last, got the least picks right. Maybe if you guys want to let us know who you think is gonna pick the most right.
Comment.
We can take some guesses,
Comment.
but I think we all know it's
Aaron.
I think we can all agree it's not gonna be Peter, right, guys?
No, I think you're gonna be last. Let's be honest.
Whoa! You hear this, man? We'll see. All right, next time, Redzone.